Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've all had a great day. I hope you've all had a great weekend. As you can see, I also took the weekend off just to recharge, reboot, and because I've done that, there are a few things we have to catch up on. Firstly, we obviously have to talk about Bud Light and the whole situation surrounding that, because there have been some interesting developments, and we also got a statement from the CEO of Anheuser-Busch themselves. Complete garbage. Secondly, Sam Smith is trending absolutely everywhere once again with a live performance that is really just going to make you wish you had the, what's it called? The Men in Black neuralizer. Not even kidding. And lastly, we got news breaking surrounding who is going to be cast as Nani in the live adaptation of Lilo and Stitch. And even though she has Hawaiian ancestry, liberals, progressives, leftists aren't quite happy because she isn't dark enough. Going to be a great episode. Let's get into it. So, Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, this controversy has been going on for quite some time now, right? As we all know, they decided to slap their target audience in the face by partnering with Mr. Mulvaney, and I think I speak for a lot of people here, maybe everybody. Nobody could have predicted the reaction to this, because normally with these situations, the online reaction only lasts for maybe a few hours, maybe a few days. However, this has led to a huge boycott. I even see it in this country, right? I went into my local store just to get some food, and I purposely looked in the fridge just to see, what's going on with the beer, and Bud Light was the only one left in the fridge. And not only that, this boycott had hit Anheuser-Busch Bud Light where it hurts. The wallet. Let's check out this Daily Mail article very briefly. Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch InBev, has lost more than $6 billion in market cap in just 6 days after Dylan Mulvaney partnership sparked backlash. In the days leading up to the announcement, shares for the Belgian-based brewer had been trading around $66, a high not seen since before the pandemic. As the market closed Wednesday, the beer giant stock was trading at roughly $63, a more than 5% decrease in Anheuser-Busch's total share value. Now, that is huge. Absolutely insane, right? And it just goes to show everybody, especially the people who sit there and say, well, what can we do about it? There's nothing that can be done about it. Let's just move on from it. But obviously, there is something that can be done about it. When people come together to voice their opinion, take action on these companies who keep pushing this agenda that realistically not many people want, this is what can happen. This boycott will be a huge message to Anheuser-Busch, and if they continue to go down this road, then well, something's not quite right in the head, But this next part is where it gets interesting and quite confusing, because there are some reports coming out that the top executives had no idea that this Dylan Mulvaney campaign was going to happen. Let's check out this New York Post article very quickly. Bud Light's controversial marketing deal with transgender social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney has ignited speculation that top executives at corporate parent Anheuser-Busch may have been blindsided by the tie-up when it was revealed. No one at a senior level was aware this was happening, an unnamed source told the Daily Wire. Marketing executives at Bud's parent Anheuser-Busch InBev have allegedly paused additional campaigns so they can implement a more robust vetting process for future products, according to the report. The accuracy of the report, however, which comes despite the fact that Bud Light has publicly stood behind its partnership with Mulvaney, couldn't immediately be confirmed. Some low-level marketing staffer who helps manage the hundreds of influencer engagements they do must have thought it was no big deal, according to the unnamed source cited by the Daily Wire. Obviously it was, and it's a shame because they have a well-earned reputation for just being America's beer, not a political company. The source reportedly added it was a mistake. Now this could be true, right? It could be, but to me, it doesn't make much sense because, as the article also highlighted, they doubled down on the decision to sponsor Dylan Mulvaney, right? They came out and backed it. Then we had the video of the Bud Light marketing VP where she says, look, we need to move away from the fratty image and attract a younger, newer audience and make it more inclusive. Too many things adding up here. And then we also get the statement from the Anheuser-Busch CEO where he doesn't apologize, doesn't take any accountability. If I'm quite honest, is total garbage. As the CEO of a company founded in America's heartland more than 165 years ago, I am responsible for ensuring every consumer feels proud of the beer we brew. We're honored to be part of the fabric of this country. Anheuser-Busch employs more than 18,000 people and our independent distributors employ an additional 47,000 valued colleagues. We have thousands of partners, millions of fans, and a proud history supporting our communities, military, first responders, sports fans, and hard-working Americans everywhere. We never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over a beer. My time serving this country taught me the importance of accountability and the values upon which America was founded. Freedom, hard work, and respect for one another. As CEO of Anheuser-Busch, I am focused on building and protecting our remarkable history and heritage.
How long is this going to take?
I care deeply about this country, this company, our brands, and our partners. I spend much of my time traveling across America, listening to and learning from our customers, distributors, and others. Moving forward, I will continue to work tirelessly to bring great beers to consumers across our nation. Signed, Brendan Whitworth. Yeah, look, as I said, no accountability, no apology, just says a lot without actually saying anything at all. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't actually write that. The PR team just whip this up within 5 seconds, because that's what it looks like. If you actually cared about your audience like you claim, if you're claiming it, not your PR team, then you would actually address your audience properly, which then makes me question your agenda, because it's clear to see you're obviously for this, because these companies, these CEOs, they know what they're doing. If a sponsorship gets out like this without anybody knowing at a high level, does that not also show everybody potentially how poorly the company is ran from within? These are billion-dollar corporations. You can't tell me a sponsorship with Dylan Mulvaney just slipped by everybody. Nah, I'm not buying that bullshit. I'm sorry. And hey, look, you know, I could be wrong with that. I could be wrong. It could just be a massive mistake and not a coincidence whatsoever. It will be interesting to see how they fix this, you know, how they operate in the future. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually just ignored it. Like, it never happened, right? They never speak about it again, because that's what these people do, in the hopes everybody forgets about it. Well, you know, this fratty image that you want to get rid of, you have succeeded in that, because you now have replaced an image that is awful, terrible, and unfortunately for you, I don't think people will be forgetting this anytime soon. So well done, you succeeded in that. You should be proud, really. Anyway, moving on. So Sam Smith, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, is trending absolutely everywhere once again with another live performance that I actually think is the worst one we've seen. Now, this wasn't actually a televised performance, it was at a live concert, and we've not actually seen too much of Sam Smith since the whole Golden Shower music video, the Grammy performance where he was showing everybody who the music industry, Hollywood worships on a daily basis, and how he wants to be a fish of them, not a fisherman. Now, I was actually getting used to the idea of not seeing Sam Smith on my timeline ever again, but you know, we're here now. The universe works in funny ways. Now, there's this video going around of him performing at this concert, and it's absolutely disgusting, I'll tell you now. And the worst thing is, there were kids in attendance. Right, let's just take a look at this briefly. And I say very briefly because I don't want to look at it again in the editing software. So take a nice little look. Now, it actually gets worse than that. I know, there'll be people sat there thinking, wait, it gets worse than that. Yes, it gets worse. And I actually think if I put the image or clip on screen, my video getting taken down just like that, it is that grotesque. Head over to Twitter to find it, and once you found it, you'll probably never sleep the same way again. You can thank me later. But as I said, there were kids in attendance, right? And we also have this video going around where a mum records an interaction with Sam Smith and her daughter, who I believe is around 5 years old, and I think it's outside the arena. And I just want you to listen to what the mother says. It's going to shock you. Take a listen.
Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, she copies all your dance moves.
So a mother openly admits that her 5-year-old daughter copies the same moves as Sam Smith. Yeah, parenting's really gone down the drain, hasn't it? Now, obviously, Sam Smith isn't 100% to blame here, okay? The parent has to take some blame, a lot of the blame, because no sane parent would let their kid listen to Sam Smith in the very first place and then allow them to copy the moves. Secondly, a sane parent wouldn't take their kid to a Sam Smith concert, because especially in 2023, you know what you're going to get when you watch Sam Smith. Obviously, these parents have no shame whatsoever these days. It's absolutely vile. There should have been an age restriction for this concert, you know, it should have been 18 plus. But no, obviously, they have to attract the youth because these people, whether celebrities, artists, whoever in Hollywood are being used to push degeneracy onto people and, more importantly, the youth. Right? They have to corrupt the minds of the youth. It is no coincidence that Hollywood now is more degenerate than it has ever been, and everything is so hyper sexualized. It's all on purpose. This music doesn't promote anything good, right? In fact, it does the opposite. So many things now are being used to take people down a path that isn't pure, right? It isn't good for them. It isn't purposeful, away from God, right? And it's so obvious to see. And these people, like Sam Smith, will do so because they have signed their lives away. It is so obvious to see. I actually think Stevie Wonder could see this from a mile away. The West is in serious trouble. I really do think so. But for our last and final story of today, ladies and gentlemen, which, by the way, if you're still here, thank you so much. But Lilo and Stitch is getting a live-action adaptation, as is the case with most of Disney's previous creations, because they've just run out of ideas. You know, they just like to lose money. Apparently, it's a good trend. And we learned, I think it was a couple days ago now, who is going to be cast as Nani in the film, and leftists, liberals, progressives are not happy because she isn't dark enough. Sky News go on to report, Disney has been accused of blatant colorism after revealing who will star in a live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. Sydney Agudong, a 22-year-old who has Hawaiian ancestry, has been cast as Lilo's older sister Nani, but some fans say she is not representative of how Nani was depicted in the 2002 animation, where the character had darker skin, black hair, and ethnic features. One critic of the casting tweeted, "Not being indigenous or from a POC community, it may have not been easy to see a problem with this casting, but within our communities, this is a big issue. Nani is indigenous Hawaiian with strong features and dark skin. This casting is blatant colorism." So, as clearly stated, she's got Hawaiian ancestry. That's the good part, but apparently the big issue is she's not dark enough. Sounds a bit like racism to me. Imagine getting the part for that film, right, and you're seeing all over social media. Actually, no, she should be recast because they're not dark enough. Whoa. I mean, clearly, sticking to how original characters look only work for leftists, progressives in some ways, right? I mean, for an example, we have Anne Boleyn, who has been cast as a person of colour, which is fine, you know, no issue whatsoever. I understand we've got to increase representation, inclusivity, even if it goes against history, it's fine. But when they eventually make a Barack Obama live-action film, can a white person play Barack Obama? Obviously not. I mean, it would never be considered anyway, but just imagine the uproar if that actually happened. That's how backwards things are right now. The whole hypocrisy surrounding this is absolutely insane. But that is the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you have enjoyed today, then please, for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. If you like this format, by the way, where I cover more than one story, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and I will carry on doing it more often than not, because it is easier for me to do as well than just to constantly make videos. I can sit here for like 15, 20 minutes and just talk. It's a great thing, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Please, for me, make sure to always have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace.